This is RJ. Welcome to another Path of Exile video on Talkative Triceratops. In this video, we will overview the new state of Wraeclast when we're introduced to the Siege of the Atlas endgame narrative. Enjoy. The death of Kitava the Insatiable at the end of Path of Exile 1's 10th act marks the end of the campaign, and as many players joke, the tutorial. Immediately after, we're thrust into Path of Exile's endgame narrative. In years prior, this encompassed the mystery of the map device, the Shaper and Zana saga, the great war between the Elder and the Shaper in the Atlas of Worlds, the execution of all the conquerors of the Atlas, and the introduction of the Maven and her peculiar watcher, the Envoy. Each endgame overhaul updated the overall canon of Path of Exile, shifting the perspective of us, the Exile, and all of the characters we know and love. For example, once we shifted from the first Atlas expansion about the Elder and Shaper and leaped into the Conquerors of the Atlas era, it was no longer us who canonically trapped the Elder and defeated the Shaper. It was Zana, alongside a new group of exiles, the humans who became the Elderslayers we chased through the Atlas during that expansion. The same just happened with the Siege of the Atlas.
They are here.
This might be the core narrative for the next few years of Path of Exile. So what's the state of the world when we enter it? What's our perspective presently? We kill Kitava alongside Sin and Innocence and rush back to the Oriath docks. The fires of Kitava dying, we speak with Lily Roth about sailing to the Karui Shores, and, at our request, she takes us there. With that voyage, there's a massive time skip. 1 year after the death of Kitava, we wake up on the Karui Shores, similar to how we arise on the Twilight Strand in Act 1 of Path of Exile 1, in a house and find Helena, someone who has helped us since Act 2 of PoE 1's campaign. Now, she's the resident archaeologist here in the Karui Shores, far removed from her life as a Black Guard of High Templar Dominus. She speaks to the character and explains to the player what the Karui Shores is, a base of operations for the Citizens' Vanguard, a commoner's militia started by an Oriathan warrior called Commander Kirac.
By the muscular golden arse of innocence! What was that?
Whoops, wrong line. Let's try that again.
Kirac's my name. Commander of the Citizen Vanguard. We're the front line, ensuring callous gods and bloodthirsty fiends never blindside us again. The Templars kept the true nature of the world hidden from the populace, but now the rower's out of the sack, and we'll keep both eyes open. Or the one eye open, in my case.
In the wake of the corruption spread across Wraeclast by people like Malachi the Nightmare and High Templar Dominus, the awakening of the gods, the arrival of eldritch horrors such as the Elder, and the latest earth-shaking event, the destruction of Oriath at the hands of Sirus, Awakener of Worlds, Kirac started the Citizens' Vanguard to protect the world from these massive terrors. Opposite the view of the Templars, who hid the map device in the Atlas of Worlds from the rest of society for decades, Kirac wanted to head the organization as a commander and make all aware of what troubles may doom Wraeclast in the present and the future. We further rendezvous with Helena, Commander Kirac, and Lily Roth, who also holds a position in the Citizens' Vanguard as their shipment expert. We're enlightened on not just the Citizens' Vanguard, but what happened in the year since Kitava was killed by us. Sin and Innocence departed from Oriath and all the Karui gods are dead. Where are the Templar gods? No one knows, though we believe Innocence might have traveled south in self-imposed exile. That's for another video. Sin, well, he seemed to have absorbed many of the gods' power during PoE 1's campaign. Also another potential video. The people of Oriath tried to rebuild, and Kirac tried to find his brother, Baran, who disappeared into the Atlas of Worlds in a successful attempt to trap an eldritch being, the Elder. He worked alongside another exile named Zana to locate them with the map device. They were able to find him, but not before Baran went insane and the leader of the Elderslayers, a human smuggler named Sirus, broke out of the Atlas and nearly destroyed Oriath. It took another powerful, nameless, female exile, Kirac, Zana, and over 800 others to kill Sirus. In the end, they succeeded, and Zana left, jaded and vengeful, for she was in love with Sirus. Where was she now? We're unsure. Gone, for now.
I'm sorry. Sirus, this was all my fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Soon after, Commander Kirac and the various people who traveled into the Atlas of Worlds with the 3 recovered map devices met another eldritch entity, the Envoy, and his immature master, the Maven. The Maven trapped and played with creatures of the Atlas, such as Commander Kirac's brother, Baran, but was otherwise harmless. Others, however, were coming, according to the envoy. Commander Kirac continued to grow the citizens' vanguard and prepared for their arrival. Gone was Oriath, an island state no more. Civilization now stood in the Karui Shores, wherein former Oriathans and the people they once held as slaves, the Karui, worked toward a common cause, the preservation of Wraeclast. Meanwhile, we don't quite know, at least not at the beginning of this narrative. Perhaps we were cleansing Wraeclast of Malakai's corruption. Maybe we were exploring Val ruins, sleeping around various ports en route to the Karui Shores maybe? It's possible we helped hunt down any remaining creatures of Kitava. Who knows? We might find out one day, we might not. Regardless, we're in the present, helping Commander Kirac and the Citizens' Vanguard prepare for the arrival of a mysterious them. 4 of them, to be exact. The Black Star, the Infinite Hunger, the Searing Exarch, and the Eater of Worlds. Eldritch denizens from beyond the Atlas of Worlds. Alongside our allies in the Citizens' Vanguard, and perhaps the Maven and the Envoy, we'll stand a chance in surmounting the deadly challenge presented by these new Eldritch beings. But that's for another video, when I've downed each of the bosses without any guides or insight and pondered on their story for a few days. We'll see in good time. This, literally, is just the beginning. Make sure to subscribe so you're alerted when these stories drop. Meanwhile, check out the Monsters of Path of Exile playlist, which will receive a new edition this weekend as we explore the story of Kitava the Insatiable. This is RJ. Thanks for watching another Path of Exile video on Talkative Triceratops. If you enjoyed it, please like, hit the subscribe button and notification bell, share it with your fellow exiles, and leave a comment below. What did you think about this new narrative at the start of PoE's endgame? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic and beyond. Farewell.